It's just another beautiful day in Kansas City, where we come to you from Kauffman Stadium for the Angels and the Royals. Hi, everybody. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. On paper, this seems to be a difficult matchup. You have the Angels, who have hit the most home runs in the month of May than any other Major League team, with 32, against a pitcher, Jeremy Guthrie, who has given up the most home runs with 13.
Yeah, he has. Pitching and hitting are very similar, but one's trying to get the other off balance. But, you know, sometimes like hitters go into slumps, so do pitchers. So Guthrie he needs a two-day pass, a two-start pass, really. We can show what he's done here in the last two starts, but what's been consistent is the home runs allowed. And really what that is, it's a byproduct of throwing strikes. He's a strike thrower. He's going to miss sometimes. You hope you just keep the ball down so you make these guys elevate and make them lift that ball and use that defense. And hopefully Guthrie can get right back on that horse again and get back on his winning ways here at the K, where he does so well. Talking about defense, wow, we saw some spectacular defense last night. Now the routine plays got to be made, but man, these extra base hits, or hits that are being taken from these guys, really are important for the pitching. You've got to be able to have pitching and defense. Even Salvador Perez, wow, he nailed 2 runners last night, actually 1.5. The umpire missed that call, but hey, he's still looking good. Use that defense, they'll be fine.
Slow down the red-hot Halos, who have won 6 straight. It's the Royals against the Angels, and it comes your way next.
Tosses for the Angels right now here at Kauffman Stadium. Welcome back. Joel Goldberg right by the bullpen, and this is a bullpen that Billy Buckner first warmed up in when he made his Royals debut in 2007. And we're wearing these shirts today. Jeff Montgomery and I are with a split patch. Today is the 2-year anniversary of Split's passing. We miss him dearly, but Split, drafted back in 1968 by the Royals, he used to warm up in this bullpen too. But today the Royals will be going up against Billy Buckner, and he was a second-round pick of the Royals in 2004. 1-2 with a 5.29 ERA in 2007 when he made his debut. And he was traded then for Alberto Callaspo. Interesting that both of those guys are now on the Angels. Jack Maloof saying the approach today, be patient. They don't have a lot of video on this guy, just AAA video, because it's been a while since he has been up in the big league, since 2010. So the Royals will try to be patient, and they need early runs. Last time they've had multiple runs early in a game, May 15th against the Angels. Baseball is coming up next. Stay with us.
Missouri Lottery. Play the Powerball and Mega Million Scratchers game to win 100 grand or more. And by your Kansas City Chevy dealer, the official vehicle of the Kansas City Royals. And by ATT Uverse TV. Check availability at 1800. Pick ATT. Rethink possible. This game is brought to you in high definition by Time Warner Cable, the official TV, internet, and home phone provider of the Kansas City Royals. And it is a gorgeous afternoon in May. Time for the Royals and Angels. Let's check out the starting lineup that Mike Scioscia took to home plate. His 14th season as the Angels manager. He's won a world championship. That came back in 2002. He goes with Ibar and then the red-hot Mike Trout. 4 straight multi-hit games. Pujols has always hit well at the K. Trumbo, Hamilton, Kendrick, Callaspo, Conger, and Shuck. The only difference is Conger taking over for Chris Iannetta. On the hill for Kansas City will be the veteran Jeremy Guthrie. He's looking for win number 6.
Yes, and Guthrie, he has what it takes to get through these guys, especially the home run bats. However, he has given up 13 home runs. That will be the challenge for Jeremy Guthrie today against a very powerful lineup. Keep the ball down, minimize your mistakes, stay on the corners, use that good hard sinker. And the defense, we're going to see David Lowe getting a start out in right field. In his 3 starts this year, he's 3 for 13 as a hitter. They're hoping he can do something out there to make a play or drive in a run and get on base. You know, we talked about how players sometimes like to change their appearance a little bit, and for Moose, he's going with the rally socks. I like it. Hopefully it works.
I like that look. Stretching right now to get himself ready because Eric Ibar is always good at bunting, and the Royals will play him in at third base. Hosmer will be back a little bit at first. Guthrie fields his position well. Ibar hitting .257, always good in this ballpark. .395 average here at Kauffman Stadium. Royals trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, including 2 here against the Angels, losing on Thursday 5-4 and again last night 5-2. To second base. Getz has really been solid since moving back to that spot in an everyday basis.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. Use the defense, pitch to contact, and you know Guthrie's a veteran. He's not going to get psyched out by the powerful bats. He's going to go ahead and pitch to his strengths, which are hard sinkers down and in. Keep him away from the bats. Change ups, a little bit of a breaking ball. He's got to mix all those in, keep him off balance, and just try to stay down in the zone. Focus down.
Because we told you Guthrie has given up the most home runs in the American League with 13, and 6 have come in the last 2 starts, and this guy has been a monster of late. Mike Trout with 8 home runs in the month of May. He now has 21 multi-hit games, and that's tied with the Royals' Alex Gordon for second most, along with Manny Machado and Dustin Pedroia. Miguel Cabrera with 22 multi-hit games this year, and that ball struck pretty well. Left center field. Kane says he has it. He does at the warning track for out number 2.
You know, you can tell by the sound whether a hitter hits it flush or not. That ball got in on his hands, and you could tell he didn't barrel that up. Had he barreled it, it would have been way out of here. But the ball is going to fly. Conditions call for that today. Slight breeze blowing straight away, left center, and anything that's elevated, hitters know what to do. They just want to put the nice level swing on it and get it up in that gale.
A nice, pleasant 82 degrees. Wind blowing out towards left center field. Albert Pujols last week against Jeremy Guthrie. Ouch.
Yeah, that's exactly where they're looking. So Albert's going to wait him out.
The Royals with a very fleet outfield today, with Gordon in left, Kane in center, Lowe in right. Got to strike across with the breaking ball. It's 2-1.
Now you know you want to try to stay away from these guys, but walks will hurt you. So Guthrie, he's been good in that department.
Line to Alcides Escobar. So a quick and easy first inning for Jeremy Guthrie. I'll tell you all about the Royals when we come back. Stay positive. He believes the offense will come around, and when it does, watch out. Well, here's the lineup he penciled in today. Chris Getz will lead things off for the 4th straight game. Then Escobar, Gordon, Butler, Hosmer, Kane, David Lowe, Mike Moustakas and George Kataris will fill in today for Salvador Perez, who likely will start tomorrow. On the hill, Billy Buckner making his first major league appearance rec since May 29th, 2010 at San Francisco as a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks almost 3 years ago.
Well, he's filling in, and he's hoping for the best. It's really tough when you don't get a chance to pitch regularly, and hoping that he'll leave some mistakes out over the plate for the Royals. This could be a starting pitcher that will help cure the hitting blues so far for the Royals. Now, he's not overpowering. It's about 88 to 90. He likes to cut his fastball, curveball, and a changeup. So be a little bit patient and see if he doesn't walk some guys. Get him in trouble.
First pitch to Chris Getz is strike one. Getz has been very patient in this role. As we told you, his 4th straight game as the leadoff hitter. He's been on base 9 times in his last 5 games. Buckner down in the minor leagues was leading his Salt Lake City team in strikeouts with 40, but he also had 25 walks, and there's a line drive that's caught by Howie Kendrick for out number 1.
Okay, he squared it up. Can't do anything about that. First good AB of the evening, of the afternoon. Hank Conger on defense for them. He's kind of a backup catcher, but he's got a lot of potential. This kid was a #1 pick, 25th pick overall in the '06 draft. Conger's a switch hitting catcher, and he's a strong kid. He's got a good bat, and he's working on his defensive catching. His catch and throw have been constantly a project for him to work on, but he's an adequate backup and a future starter. He's only 25 years old. We drafted him out of high school. A real good story, this kid. Grew up in Huntington Beach, being an Angel fan his whole life. And then he gets to wear the uniform.
Too short, Ibar. Right on the money, 2 outs.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned the fact that Conger's kind of a backup catcher. Fizz. What I mean by that is that he's normally a starter. He has been a starter in AAA, but he's been up and down. Last year, you know, he didn't get much playing time last year at all. So this year they're using him as a backup, but what I meant was that he is going to be a starter someday.
He's only 25.
Right.
So it usually takes catchers a little longer. There aren't too many times you'll see a guy break into the big leagues as a starter like Salvador Perez did 2 years ago at the age of 21.
So right now, he's the backup behind Iannetta.
Alex Gordon, 3rd in the American League in batting at .344. Miguel Cabrera of Detroit, .388 leads it. And James Loney 3 points ahead of Alex at .347. Well, they've hit it sharply, but the result is 3 up, 3 down, and Buckner has to feel good about that. We head to the 2nd inning, looking for our first run. most dominating offense. The Murderers Rose team, Yankees 20s, 30s, the Gas House Gang with the Cardinals in the 30s, the Big Red Machine led by Sparky Anderson or McGuire and Canseco with the Bash Brothers. Boy, they're leaving off some really good teams. The 90s with the Yankees, how strong they were.
Well, those are our questions, and we really appreciate your vote.
The Unlimited Answers Sweepstakes presented by Sprint. Vote in this afternoon's Unlimited Answers poll and enter for your chance to win 2 Crown Club tickets to a future Royals game courtesy of Sprint. We head to this top of the second inning. Mark Trumbo is the batter. He's got a 9-game hit streak going, hitting .362. These Angels red hot. They've won 6 straight games, scoring 47 runs in their last 6.
Okay, Guthrie's going to come upstairs with a 4-seamer every so often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he gets it above the hitting zone. And Trumbo, he's a high ball hitter. He's got a great top hand. He likes to come down through the ball, get some backspin on it.
Tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Home plate umpire Mike Everett, 14-year veteran behind the plate this afternoon. Had a nice conversation with the umpires today, as they are very cordial. They let me in, wanted to talk to them and ask them for an explanation. Marty Foster about yesterday's call. And you know, I've always, in my broadcasting years, I've always gone in and talked to those guys, and you know, and always have had an open relationship with them. And Marty said, you know, it looked to me at the time that Trout got his hand around the tag and I missed it. He said that you know, sometimes handling a scrutiny, especially the way it is nowadays, can be tough, but you know, it's just like the players. We go out there and we do our best to react. Sometimes
in there,
it's not the best, but that's a good pitch there. Stay on the corners.
Guthrie gets Trumbo looking with an excellent fastball at 93 miles an hour on the outside corner. And of course, Rex, the play you're talking about was the 7th inning, a tie game at 2-2. Mike Trout walks to lead off the inning, and his tremendous speed, and you're thinking, wow, this is dangerous. Well, he steals second base, but every replay we showed that he was clearly out on the tag by Chris Getz, and that changed the complexion of the entire inning. Instead, the Angels scored 3 runs and won 5-2.
They talked about how much pride they have in their game. They feel the same way as the performing players. They've got to perform, and sometimes they miss. The human element is there. They're not perfect. They try to be, but they're not. And he said that he's going to continue to go out and react, kind of like a hitter is. Sometimes when you're tense and you're tight, you don't react as quick. So they're going to go out and have fun and make the calls.
Here is the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a foul ball struck, and look at Alfredo Griffin over there, acting like he was grabbing the ball and throwing it. He's the first base coach. Dino Ebel is the third base coach for Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Marty Foster, the umpire you're talking about, is at first base today. So if there's a close one, I'm hoping it goes the Royals' way.
Never know. He's going to call it just the way he sees it.
Well, our cameraman Ron Swan just frowned at me, so I guess I'll take that back. The count is 3-2 on Josh Hamilton. And he fouls it back. Hamilton still not clicking on all cylinders. He's hitting just .222 with 6 home runs, and we'll see like a streak of 3 games, and then he will go back and have an 0 for 9 or an 0 for 12 series. Waves at the off speed and strikes out. So back-to-back Ks to open the second inning for Jeremy Guthrie. Fans, for today only, you can buy individual tickets to any upcoming Royals home game, and on all online or phone fees will be waived. This sale is good for any upcoming Royals home game, including the I-70 T-shirt Tuesday battle with the Cardinals this coming Tuesday night. Remember, this special promotion ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. So go to Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS right now. Phone lines are open and operators are standing by. 2 outs, nobody on. Howie Kendrick looking for his first base hit of this series.
Okay, Guthrie changed up on him. See how far out in front Hamilton was? That's a really nice pitch. He fooled him.
To third, backhanded by Moustakas, long throw. That's a great play. The defense continues to shine.
Moose, flat-footed. Hosmer with the dig.
Really need an impact from Billy Butler's bat. He is just 2 for 17 his last 5 games. And he is hitting cleanup. And he will lead things off here in the second inning for KC. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in this afternoon's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Butler hitting .256.
Okay, Billy Buckner versus Billy Butler. Let's see who's going to win.
And they were both drafted by the Royals. And one thought he was the pick, the other thought he was the pick. Butler out of high school, Buckner out of the University of South Carolina. Obviously, the Royals Butler now has really made his mark. Great success in the big leagues. Strike is called and the count 2-1. Billy was selected in the first round, 14th pick overall of the 2004 June free agent draft, and Buckner was taken in the second round out of South Carolina.
Okay, Billy has a nice plate appearance here going. He's seeing the ball. He's seeing it. He's being patient. He knows he's probably going to get a good pitch to hit here.
He had 2 walks yesterday. Well, they saw the damage that he did at the Big A, so it's the 3rd walk in this series for Butler. Billy had 8 hits and 9 RBIs in the 3 games in Anaheim.
Okay, very good plate appearance. He didn't look jumpy, didn't look over anxious. He was selective and waiting for his pitch. He didn't get it. Pass the baton to the next guy. See if Hosmer can get something out over.
Eric has a couple of hits in the series, but the batting average at .263 and only 1 home run. He shows bunt, gets it down. In comes Callaspo, bare hand throw, got him.
Okay, the hunger's there as that dive head first is evident of that. but a perfect bunt, really. That's what you want. Move the runner. Do the little things here. Instead of, swinging, possibly hitting into a double play, Ned puts the bunt on, or he could have done this on his own. Typically, Hosmer's not the guy you give the bunt to, but I like it. Get the guy in scoring position, Billy Butler, stay out of the double play. And he's a little bit firm. If he's a little bit softer with that, he gets an easy base hit. But the job was done.
Butler now in scoring position for Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo's beginning to pick up his offense in this series. He has 4 hits and 8 at bats. His average has climbed over 300 again to 309. That is shot foul.
They're going to have to try to wait on him a little bit. He's not overpowering. He's high 80s, low 90s max. Cain with a .432 average with a runner in scoring position. He can do the job. They need early offense tonight, or today. First 3 guys up for the Royals all hit the ball hard. Just got to find some holes.
Cain was fooled on that breaking ball. Our Toyota League leaders show that Kansas City has the second highest average to Detroit with runners in scoring position, and Cain is one of baseball's best at .432. Lorenzo's second best to Miguel Cabrera, who's hitting .525 with men in scoring position, and Cabrera just having an amazing month of May. He has 10 home runs this month. The Royals as a team only with 28, excuse me. As Miguel Cabrera went deep yesterday. That's dead last in the American League. And the Royals really have had to work so hard to get their offense. We told you when you're last in walks and last in home runs, it takes so much work to score runs on just singles.
You just can't miss. And you can't control where the ball goes. Your job as a hitter is just try to make some solid contact. But it's time that the Royals hit their way through this.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels, meantime, have twice as many home runs, 56 to the Royals 28. Obviously, they have older players.
And these 2 teams are built differently. Ned's team is a lot younger, a lot less experienced than Pujols, Hamilton.
Again, knocked foul at the plate.
Callaspo, Ibar. Ibar's got a Gold Glove. Trout and Trumbo, they're young. They're just in their second full seasons.
But we talked about this yesterday. Trumbo still got 2,800 at bats at the minor league level, and a lot of the young Royals only had like 1,000, maybe 1,200.
It helped in his development. Cain's hunting out his pitch.
To right field, where Mark Trumbo is. He'll make the catch. Butler will not go. He'll stay put at second base, and 2 outs. Fans, spend your Memorial Day holiday at the K watching your boys in blue take on their cross-state rival St. Louis Cardinals at 1:10. Join us as we celebrate our Armed Forces Day with a special pregame ceremony, and the first 20,000 fans will get a miniature American flag courtesy of the World War I Museum. Get your tickets at Royals.com or by calling 1-800-6-ROYALS. Here at the K, David Lowe steps up. He was having a terrific PCL season, hitting .340. And then called up when Gerard Dyson injured his right ankle. Dyson still at least 3 weeks away. Lowe had 3 hits on the recent trip. Outside and high, but we certainly do remember his major league debut when he went 2 for 5 on September 1st. He got the call up in the lineup and 2 big hits.
Yeah, no, he has a good style of hitting. He's a slash and dash type of hitter. He is 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position this year, so he's in a good spot. Callaspo, the third baseman's in. Plenty of room to slap one by there or even pull one. Just try to do all you can to get him in.
Happy birthday to Miguel Tejada, turned 39 today. He is fired up.
He wants Billy Butler to get a bigger lead. That's what he's doing. It's like he's.
Well, he also shares a birthday with Austin Powers, so oh, behave, baby. And there's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Mike Myers and freshly retired linebacker Brian Urlacher also were born today, and Miguel Tejada turned 39.
Look at Miggy. Miggy saying, look, you know what? You don't have to be able to run fast, but you got to get a bigger lead.
In there, strike 3 called. To the Panera way, live consciously, eat deliciously, and by Ford. See the new F-150 at your Midwest Ford dealer today. We head to the third. Alberto Callaspo will lead things off, then Hank Conger, then J.B. Shuck. Callaspo with a good series, 3 hits, and all 3 hits have been doubles. Alberto was with the Royals at one time and then traded to the Angels for a couple of pitchers, including a guy named Will Smith, who's throwing very well down in the minor leagues for the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Callaspo, he goes line to line. That ball he hit by by Tejada last night, that was a really good piece of hit.
And he tries to drop it to left field. Gordon comes on and makes a nice running catch.
It's amazing how quick those gaps can be closed in on by these athletes. There's so much room out there. You're thinking, man, I know that ball's going to fall, but when you have athletes like Gordon and Kane that really have excellent speed, it's hard, especially if it hangs in the air at any time at all.
Now Hank Conger, who does have good power. He was a very fine minor league hitter. And this side of the plate, he's much better than the right side. The switch hitting catcher is hitting .279 versus right-handers, but only .091 against the lefties. Foul, 0-2. Jeremy faced the Halos 10 days ago, taking a shutout into the 4th inning when Albert Pujols led off with the first of 4 solo home runs, and Kansas City would lose 6-2. They won the other 2 games at the Big A. Guthrie did go 7 innings, giving up 5 runs. A little high, 1-2.
That's right where Kotaras wanted it. Change that eye level.
Second base, gobbles it up. Guthrie looking strong at the K again. But he has always been terrific here at Kauffman Stadium, dating back to last year. And this year he has the 5th lowest home ERA at 1.61. Matter of fact, he's gone 17 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings dating back to April 9th versus Minnesota. You add 2 more to that, plus the 2/3 right now. Here's J.B. Shuck, career .301 hitter in the minor leagues. Takes strike 1. He has been a pest in this series. A couple of hits and a walk last night, including a triple. That should be taken care of by Gordon, and it will for the final out. So Guthrie has faced 9, retired all 9. Seed, and he's been a minister for 33 years, and Pastor Sipe is currently the senior pastor at the First Baptist Church in Marshalltown, Iowa, where he is actively involved in the community. He will retire in July, participating in Habitat for Humanity, still gets involved there, and children's ministry programs. Additionally to the philanthropic work in his own community, he developed and implemented an orphanage in Honduras. How about that?
That's great work.
Great guy. It was great to see James Shields had his first foster day night last night, foster care night at the ballpark, and the kids were all out near the Hall of Fame.
Wow, that means an awful lot to those kids that don't have parents. Are you kidding? And James Shields making time for them? It's really good.
He got involved down in Tampa and really developed a tremendous program with his wife there, and they got involved, and he said, we can do more, and he wanted to bring it, he and his wife wanted to bring it to Kansas City as well, and they had their first night last night.
Just like new quarterback Alex Smith, the Chiefs, he's a big guy with the foster kids too. So what a big lift for these young people to have premium athletes standing up for them. All right, it's time to get on board here. You know, the kid Buckner doesn't have a whole lot. As we see Scott Shields, who's got a big heart and a lot on that mound. Well, can't wait to get him going on. James Shields. Sorry about that. Let's see what Moose can do. You know, when he starts to go again, he waits till the ball gets deep and he gets base hits to left field. Get the singles first.
Oh, and he gets plunked in the side.
That'll help. Get him on base. Anything to take one for the team to get on base is good.
Just got to turn his hip right into that.
That's all you do. That's how you do it when you see one coming at you. Turn your back towards the ball.
Now a guy who always gives you a solid at bat, George Kataris. He may only be hitting 182, but he has 8 walks in just 30 plate appearances. He takes strike 1. He always looks so calm and comfortable at the plate.
It's not a more relaxed hitter I've seen in a long time. Very calm. Has a quiet approach. He doesn't jump. He doesn't gear up. He just trusts his hands. See, he's a big advocate of deep breathing. So am I, because that's what helps you relax. Pitchers do the same thing. Deep breath and then exhale. Let the reacting muscles relax so you can react quicker.
George opened last year with Milwaukee, and it was his 3rd season with the Brewers. Then was traded to Oakland on July 29th, and he took off. He was a big part of the Athletic success when they won the American League West. He had 6 home runs in just 27 games for Oakland. Good block by Conger. The ball stays in front of him. Moustakas had a modest lead, so he did not go.
Okay, perfect form. It's a whole object of blocking balls. Keep it in front so the runner doesn't advance. Thumbs out. Okay, hitters count.
Moustakas goes, pitch taken, throw to second, and Moose is out.
Man, I thought that might have been a hit and run. Once Moose took off, I think George was going to put that ball in play, because that's one of the things that you got to do when you're not scoring a lot of runs. Got to be able to try to help the runner a little bit. Moose isn't a stolen base guy. Good throw by Conger. Moose tried a little wrap around there. He knew he was a little bit late. Maybe Kataris missed a sign.
The 3-1 swung on and pulled to the right side. Pujols will take it for the 2nd out. Right now the Royals aren't pressuring this Bill Buckner at all. Came in with a very modest ERA at AAA Salt Lake City at 4.56.
This is the kind of guy typically the hitters have to wipe the slobber off their mouth because of the drool. Can't wait to see this guy. Can't wait to face him. He's not overpowering. You really got to put it to him.
When you're a scuffling offense, you've got to act like he is Justin Verlander. And that is the 2nd line out by Chris Getz, both to the 2nd baseman Kendrick.
Rats.
For the first installment of T-Shirt Tuesday against the Cards. The first 10,000 fans will receive a T-shirt highlighting the I-70 Series rivalry, courtesy of Teva. Gates open at 5:30, so get there early. Go to Royals.com/T-Shirt Tuesday or call 1-800-6-ROYALS for tickets.
So the luck has not changed. Chris Getz squaring the ball up again. But neither team, neither side have got a hit.
Ibar to second base. Getz will toss out Eric. One down. And straight by Guthrie. Hey fans, get downloads up to 50 megabits per second with Time Warner Cable Ultimate Internet. Billy Buckner's top fastball has been 90. Guthrie at 94. Jeremy's command seems much sharper than it was in his last start. Lost a second straight decision at Houston, allowing a season high 6 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings. Trout flied out to left center field. 2 balls and no strikes.
Mike Scioscia was pretty impressed with that home run he hit off of our Jumbotron. Big, beautiful scoreboard they have here, video board. And I asked him which was more impressive, the long home run or the home run to hit for the cycle. And he said the last at bat for the cycle was really thrilling at the home park for the fans.
The home run he hit was 463 feet, the longest home run in his big league career. And he's only 21, so he's only going to get stronger. That's outside, and a walk to the fastest man on the Angels, Mike Trout. Tuesday night he became the youngest Rex in American League history to hit for the cycle.
Yep, Guthrie, he's going to get the ball home to George the best way he can, as quick as possible. But Kotaras can't take their mind off of Albert. Albert's the one that can hurt you.
And this is what happened in the 4th inning the last time Guthrie faced the Halos. Shut out in the 4th until Pujols, and Albert went deep. That was the first of 4 solo home runs that Jeremy gave up.
Now Trout could easily have 20 stolen bases, but because good pickoff, good quick move over there, almost got it. But because of Albert hitting behind him, he's mindful of the slugger and doesn't want to distract him. So he's been a little hesitant to go early in counts.
He goes. And that is stolen base number 12 this year. Now he scoots to third base with 1 out.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball. Almost a pocket ball for Kotaras. There's no way he's going to throw him out. Ball got underneath Getz's glove and trickled out to center field. Now they've got Trout at third base, less than 2 outs.
There will be an error on the catcher, George Kotaras, allowing Trout to get to third base.
Getzy was trying to keep the ball in front of him. He even bent a knee, just pulled his glove up a little bit too soon.
Royals play their infield halfway. Now they creep in a bit more, and Pujols swings and fouls it off. So he's down in the count 1-2. Guthrie has struck out 2. We got Trumbo looking and Hamilton swinging. Pujols will be a little more difficult. He is much more disciplined than both Trumbo and Hamilton. Guthrie kind of dropped down sidearm with that fastball.
We've seen him throw a few eephus pitches too in his last couple of starts. Even back when he was in Anaheim, when he was pitching against them, he has an eephus pitch where he kind of just takes a lot off and kind of lobs it up there, just to kind of give the hitter a different look.
And he came in with the off-speed pitch.
Okay, the prior pitch, watch his arm angle. He doesn't throw from down there very often.
And I would imagine he'd only use that against a right-handed hitter.
Right. Flattens out. You wouldn't throw that to a lefty. He sees the ball too well. Okay, pitching inside the pool holes. That's a good idea as long as you don't miss. Stay in there. He's got good run to his fastball, and he's been getting Albert to commit. He's been getting him to swing on those pitches that are just off of his fists.
He pushes it towards Moustakas. Only play will be first base. Trout scores to make it 1-0 Angels.
Yeah, that contact play with Trout on third, there's hardly any chance unless you get a hard shot. Socia does that to put pressure on the defense.
But the Angels take advantage of the mistake on the error by the catcher, Kataris. Let's pay off our Sprint Unlimited answers question. Who had the most dominating offense? 43% say Murderers Row with Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth and all of those great Yankees from back in the 20s and 30s. Figured they'd guess in that direction.
Well, you know, the Big Red Machine was a lot of fun to watch. They had a lot of power, and it was a time, at least I followed him when I was a kid, and you know, I tried to emulate Pete Rose as a player, just the hustle, the way he played, and that was a fun team to watch.
There may have been no greater offensive catcher in the history of the game than Johnny Bench. And then you talk to the guys on that team and they said probably the greatest clutch hitter on that team was Tony Perez. And then you're still not talking about Joe Morgan or Davey Concepcion, George Foster,
Ken Griffey.
Trumbo to left field. Gordon takes care of it. The error hurts, and it results in a run, 1-0 Angels, but we'll see Alex Gordon when we come back. Light bottle coming soon to a bar near you. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And it's also time to get some knocks off Billy Buckner. Today is his first appearance at Kauffman Stadium since being traded to Arizona years ago. He's had 2 games against Kansas City and has a 1-0 record and a 6.75 ERA. But in his career at Kauffman, he's done a pretty good job, a 2.77 ERA. He will face Escobar, Gordon, and Butler here in the 4th.
See if Escobar can find a way. He hits .381 second time through the order. Second time facing a pitcher. He's Good guy to set the table. Good level swing, uses the whole field. He can
Only
bunt.
hitting .217 the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get some bunts down too. That's a good weapon for him. Even if the third baseman Callaspo's in on the grass, still with Escobar's ability, it puts the pressure on the third baseman to make the play.
Again, that off-speed pitch away that he took a little bit something off. And he has a 2-2 count.
He's getting some good movement with that pitch there. He's got a little bit of inward rotation
Off of his foot.
It's coming hard in. It's about 2 inches, 3 inches. It's moving. You can be effective when you're staying down and on the outside part of the plate like he is so far. He's putting it where he wants it. Although he also has his defense playing where he wants them too, because we've had a lot of lineouts early.
Pulled to short, Ibar. High throw, safe! They're going to give Escobar a base hit, but an accurate throw would have gotten him. We've seen some high throws from Ibar in this series and also last week.
Yeah, that's a 3-hopper. Big league shortstops make that play. So, if the official score says it's a hit, it is today. It's a good try over there by Pujols with a sweep tag. Almost got him, but Esky was by the bag. Take advantage of the miscues. Make them hurt.
The last time we saw Alex Gordon go deep, it was in Baltimore. 3 straight games. It's been 57 ABs since he went deep off Freddie Garcia, the big right-hander for the Orioles. Gordon grounded out sharply to second base his first time up. Escobar is a perfect 9 for 9 stealing bases this year.
Okay, so it's important that Ned continues to throttle down. He's got good speed, he needs to use it and continue to attack. Don't let up. Got to create ways to score runs. Even with Gordon and Butler hitting. Scioscia has respect for Ned Yost's running game and the way they run the bases. Scioscia used to manage that way when he had a running team. Now he has a slugging team. It's a little different. Manage what you have.
Kansas City second to Baltimore in stolen bases this year. Orioles with 37, Royals with 36. Escobar does not go, and the pitch is outside. Ball 1. Gordon leads the team in home runs with 6. He's driven in 30. That's tied with Billy Butler for the most on the team. Play him pretty much straight up in the infield and outfield.
Okay, the fact that Buckner is not overpowering might be an opportunity for Gordon to pull one. He likes to shoot the ball straight away in left center. That's his approach. But we've seen him turn on some inside pitches too when he gets one in there.
Barely misses outside. Now a 2-0 count to Alex. Eventually he's going to have to come into that strike zone. It's a very good running count as well for Escobar. Gordon knows he should get a pitch to hit on a 2-0 count.
Okay, obviously that when Buckner throws over there, it's just a, hey, get the runner back, let you know you're there, because Albert doesn't try to apply the tag or anything. He just catches the ball and throws it right back, so they're not actually trying to get it out.
Escobar does not go, and the pitch is low, 3-0. I don't think they'll send him now.
Nope.
They've got an opportunity, if Buckner misses again, to have runners on first and second, so no reason to send Escobar here.
And you know, Gordon's the kind of guy you could turn him loose 3-0, but this situation here, let Buckner get in trouble. Take him. So what if he throws you a strike? He's got to come back in there again the next time. Take a walk if he's going to give it to you.
They do give him the green light, and he rips it foul.
All right. Ned wants to keep him aggressive, and that's okay. But Gordon is one of the best hitters they got. So if he wanted him to swing away, let him swing.
This is a good running count now, 3-1. Because even if Buckner goes with that knuckle curve, it's going to get there slower, giving Escobar a chance to steal second. I don't think he's going to throw him a fastball here. Alex might explode on it. Alcides reached on the infield hit. The Royals offense has been spinning their wheels of late. They need a big hit. Escobar goes. The pitch is swung on and lifted foul. That will get out of play. Now they'll try it again at 3-2.
You know, it's not going to take Mike Scioscia long to make a move on that mound. He's already got a guy loosening up down there in that bullpen. You know, he doesn't want the Royals to get out.
There's that knuckle curve grip that Buckner has. That's a pitch his dad taught him when he was a youngin'. He went to Young Harris Junior College with Nick Markakis, and they were part of that rotation. Markakis now with the Orioles as a right fielder. Escobar goes. The pitch again lifted foul, back and out of play, and again Buckner backed off speed, looking for movement. Good at bat by Alex. We're in the 4th inning. Angels scored a run in the top half of the inning with a walk by Mike Trout, a stolen base, an error on the catcher, and a ground out by Pujols. And if they ran on 3-1, they'll be running on 3-2.
Well placed ball, and the gap could score. Esky on the move.
Indeed. And that wind is beginning to pick up and roar out towards left center field. So even if Alex goes opposite field, he might be able to get it out. Escobar goes. The pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, but not deep enough. Trout under it. He'll make the catch, and Escobar back to first base. Buckner is just wandering on that razor's edge. He's fortunate to be taking on a team that has been scuffling offensively.
Yeah, if you're pitching against the Royals right now, this particular time, it's the time to do it. We're waiting for them to break out. And every day here, you've seen this offense when they work from 1 through 9, and they could at least get 2 or 3 guys hot. We're going to try. See if Billy can find his pitch.
Now let's check out our AT&T trivia question for today. Who is the Royals' all-time wins leader in the month of May? Could it be Mark Gubicza?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Thinking it might be one of those questions because Gooby's just 2 booths away.
could be Paul Splittorf.
Another good choice. Escobar at first, Butler at the plate. The Royals pitch out, the Angels pitch out, and the pitch out went towards the plate instead of towards Conger. And so on this mistake, Escobar will take second base.
That's a little cross up. That's what they call that. Don't get the right sign. You're not on the same page. Conger thought they were going to try to do a. Ooh, he threw him a breaking ball. That was really wicked to Conger. I mean, it's.
The game's hard enough as it is.
Oh, I thought it was just a regular fastball, but he threw him that little knuckle curve.
And Mike Butcher's going to go out to talk to him. Hud, could this be about, do you want to walk Billy Butler, a right-hander, to face a left-hander, and Eric Hosmer set up a double play?
It's possible. I think that's a good option for right here, but still he's got to lead 1-0. Billy's been struggling some. So Butchie's probably going to ask him what he thinks.
Well, if Hosmer was absolutely raking, then the choice would be obvious, but he has not been. And Billy Butler, you know, with his experience, he has gone through a long drought, and he is due.
And he had a really good walk in that first time up. And when I say really good, that means he eyeballed. He didn't even swing the bat, Billy. There's Hosmer waiting, hoping that there'll be something out there for him. But when you walk, you gain confidence, you see pitches. And when you haven't faced a guy before, that's a good thing.
Well, I'm not pitching to him. Let's see if Buckner does. A little bit high, 2 balls and no strikes.
They pitched to him back at Angel Stadium when he was firecracker hot.
And I couldn't believe it when they threw him a pitch on a 2-2 count after Escobar stole second base, putting runners at second and third. First base was open. They chose not to walk him, and Butler made him pay with an RBI single. Drove in 2. Yeah, they're pitching around him. And Buckner better not make a mistake. Way outside. That's ball 4. So Billy has walked his first 2 times up. He has now walked 5 times in this series. And they will take their chances with Eric Hosmer. Eric tried to bunt his way on the first time, and Alberto Callaspo really made a nice play, charging, barehanding, and throwing him out. And Hosmer dove towards first base and was barely out.
He deadens that. That's a base hit, but he wasn't trying to do that necessarily, although he was there. When he dove, he tried to get the knock.
Ball 1.
He's got him. You get there quicker when you run through the base, but sometimes that's hard to tell a runner who really feels like he can get there with a dive.
A line out. They cannot get the double play, but the Royals have had 3 line drives struck to the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. So now they need a big hit from Lorenzo Cain. Buckner has had several balls well struck, but he's fortunate it has been hit to a guy in red and gray.
Okay, got to lock him up. Want to get doubled up.
Escobar, very good speed at second base. Butler below average at first. Lorenzo flied out to right field his first time up, and he did have a man in scoring position. We told you what he had done with runners in scoring position this year, which was very good, over 400. Buckner has really slowed down his time between pitches, very aware of Escobar, who's not going anywhere.
Typically when you see a pitcher like this, it hasn't had a start in a long time. He's facing a team that he's not sure about. He's a little bit nervous.
He's making his first major league appearance in almost 3 years. He gets a strike across, 1-1. And that was as a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. It came May 29th, 2010. But it did not go well. He went 0-3 with the Diamondbacks and an ERA over 11. The wind picking up again, blowing out towards left. Escobar goes, throw to third. Wow, he took a chance. He had to be safe, and it was closer than you want, Rex.
Sure was, but you know, when you take a chance like that, the catcher could throw the ball away, and there you manufacture your own run, and that came close. Aspo made a nice little catch there. 10 straight steals now for Escobar. You're only going to go in that situation with 2 outs if you're 100% sure you can make it, or you're going to be in trouble with the skipper.
Now a wild pitch or pass ball could tie this game. Angels scored their run on a ground out. Trout coming home on Pujols, grounded to third in the 4th. Callaspo gets the force at second. The Royals are turned back by Billy Buckner, who has shut them out in 4 innings.
Leader Paul Splittorf, the longtime left-handed starter for the Royals and our broadcast partner. We remember him today, passing away 2 years ago, May 25th, 2011. Sorely missed, and here at the ballpark and all over. And saw this tweet a little while ago from his daughter, Jen Splittorf. There was a first part of this that basically explained that her dad was a disciplinarian. You see the fly ball to left field. Alex going to battle the sun, angle it, and get it. But Jen was saying that her dad, you might not know it, Split was a big disciplinarian. She got in some trouble in high school, and he got me up at the crack of dawn and ran me until I threw up. How many of your dads did that for punishment? We, of course, never got punished by Split. Sometimes maybe we were on the other end of his pranks. I'm joined right now by our very own Ryan Lefevre, who's doing radio today, but not at the moment. And I wanted to have you on to just reflect and tell some Split stories. We did it in the pregame show too, because you worked so many years with him. I was lucky enough to be able to work a few years with him and time of my life. Hey, look, Ryan, there's already 2 outs.
Yeah, we can start a 2-out story now that Getz makes the play. Well, I mean, he was so kind to me. You know, Fred White was his best friend in the business, and he was just so kind to me the first day I got here. And then we ended up working games together, and he truly was one of those partners where you really got the feeling that he felt like his job was to make his partner sound good. And, you know, I'll never forget where we were 2 years ago today in Baltimore and getting the news. I mean, it was just, I cried like a baby. I really did.
Yeah, we all did. It was the hardest television pregame show and pregame shows for those few days that I know I had done and broadcast for you, and we knew he had been sick, and you know, I'll forever remember my last conversation with him here at the ballpark, and just really miss him a lot. But boy, he could put a smile on people's faces, could he not?
He was the best. He never liked to talk about his career too. He was so hard to pull that out of him, and I really felt like it was almost like a spiritual transformation for him. When he was done playing, that was like another lifetime, and he was 100% broadcaster. He wanted to talk about the guys on the field, and I mean, you needed to use a crowbar to dig his playing experience out of him. And I remember hearing Vin Scully once said, you know, the great baseball broadcaster, he said, you know, there's a difference between a professional broadcaster and a player becoming a broadcaster. And Split was a professional broadcaster. I mean, he was a very good play-by-play announcer too, not just a color analyst.
The only way you could really get him to talk about his playing career is if you mentioned someone like Dick Allen, someone that had his number. If he could make fun of himself, then it was okay, but you weren't going to hear him say anything about all-time wins leader, and he would have been thrilled to have seen Jeremy Guthrie break his streak with 18 straight without a loss, right?
He was thrilled when J.P. Howell tied his record for most strikeouts in a debut. And no, you're right. If Split ever got on you, and that was often, I mean, if he found something out about you, I mean, he would get you. But there was those two magical words, Dick Allen. You brought up Dick Allen. I mean, that would be a way of humbling him. And I mean, Dick Allen hit one that might have cleared rivals, as the legend goes, and that was one of many home runs he had against Split.
Well, there you go, 3 quick outs, but we appreciate it, and I'll forever remember, I told it before, there was a Loverboy concert in Tampa coming up, and I said, Loverboy's coming up next. Everybody's working for the weekend, their great song, and Split says, oh yes, these good people here, they're all working hard for the weekend. Hey, if you're on Twitter, send something out, hashtag Split, as we remember Paul Splittorf.
Lead over Kansas City. The Royals trying to end a 3-game slide, and they have lost 6 of their last 7. They're taking on Billy Buckner, who was drafted by the Royals some 9 years ago in 2004. After taking Billy Butler in the first inning, they took Buckner in the second inning, and right now he has a 1-0 lead. It will be 3 straight lefties: Lowe, Moustakas, and Kataris. Lowe takes ball 1. David was at the plate, the runner in scoring position, and he struck out looking on a fastball just above the belt.
Yeah, not the at-bat that he was hoping for. Didn't even swing the bat. Wasn't very good. So he's going to try to regroup here and get on base. Okay, this is a high strike, but a very, very hittable pitch. I know a lot of hitters be coming out of their shoes on that. So Lowe gets a rebate. He's going to get another chance here to try to get something going.
Down in the count, 1-2. David was hitting .340 when he was called up. 11 extra base hits, 29 runs. Had really been on a hot tear, hitting over 400 the previous 2 weeks when he was called up. He had a chance to go back to Mercyhurst College in the offseason, get his sports marketing degree, and that is outside. Both a baseball and football star at Mercyhurst, also playing wide receiver on the football team.
A fine athlete.
How about getting KC started well here in the fifth? Swings and misses. He does not. Buckner with only 2 strikeouts. Both have been David Lowe. The bat will be Mike Moustakas.
Hey, good changeup. Ball had some downward action, but it's out over the plate. Got the hitter out in front of it. See that? Swung before the ball got there.
Moustakas with a drive. That bangs against the wall, and Moose has 2.
Good to hear some Moose chants here at the K. Got a fastball in the outer half and pulled it. Looked like it could have been a changeup. Hard to tell because Buckner's not overpowering. Really nice swing. Like the head position. Head position was right on. Good follow through. Keep those Moose antlers on.
Kutaras has good power. Takes ball 1. He had a home run in Boston against Alan Webster, who was making his major league debut. Belted it over the short wall in right. Fenway Park. Moustakas gathering his lead at second. And George sends it out of play, so the count evens at 1-1. Royals with 4 straight lefties to face Buckner here in the fifth. Lowe, Moustakas, Kutaras, and Chris Getz. One and two.
$75 to 80 pitches is what Mike Butcher told me before the game. You know, they said, or, you know, if he gets in any kind of trouble.
His next will be his 68th. And his strike to ball ratio has not been good. 37 strikes, 30 balls. Now it is a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to George. He's not necessarily looking to walk.
Got to drive him in. 2 for 6 is Kataris with a runner in scoring position.
Angel bullpen is ready. That gets away, and that will send Moustakas to third. Kataris will take first base.
Okay, George does it again, as Ryan likes to call him, ball forehead. That's Hispanic for George, but he's Greek.
So that's 9 walks and 32 plate appearances this year. That's very impressive. And now Chris Getz, who has been snake bit this afternoon with 2 line drives right at the second baseman. Last time when he lined out, he kind of flipped his bat, flipped his helmet, flipped his gloves off as well as he walked back to his position saying, what do I have to do to get a hit?
Hit one soft.
De La Rosa warming in the Angels bullpen. He's been warming the last inning and is ready right now. He's just watching the action. There's a good hole between first and second where they're holding Kataris. And that is a shot down the line, but foul. Buckner has struck out 2. He gets down in the count, 0-2.
Can't take one look and be aggressive. Put the ball in play. Get up underneath one. Get a sac fly. Anything you can do.
Fouls it off Conger. Angels came in at 21-27. 10 games back of Texas. But they have moved into third place in the West by winning 6 straight games. And this is by far their best baseball of the year. Royals, it has been by far their worst baseball of the year as they have dropped 14 of their last 18. In the dirt, 1-2. Lowe struck out. Moustakas doubled into the corner. Kataris walked in a wild pitch thrown by Buckner, allowing Moose to get all the way to third. Punches it to second. This is bad. Inning-ending double play. Getz will argue, but he was out. Against a very hot offense, the Angels averaging close to 8 runs per game their last 6 contests. But he's allowed just 1 run. It was unearned because of the error. The Royals offense remains extremely quiet. Only 2 hits in the game, a single by Escobar, a double off of Mike Moustakas against a pitcher, Billy Buckner, who has not pitched in the big leagues in 3 years.
Guthrie's done a nice job this afternoon against a very hot offense. With his game plan, he's pitching up in the zone. Not something that you would advise, but he's above the belt. He's getting some swing and misses. He's pitched Albert very well. He's jamming Albert. So his game plan is working.
He is not allowed a hit through 5 innings, and now facing Hank Conger. In the air, left field. Gordon is back at the wall, got some help from the wind, and that's the first hit of the game off Jeremy Guthrie. It's a home run by Hank Conger, 2-0 Angels.
Conger has really good power, pull power, but you don't see him go opposite field very much. That pitch was on the outside part of the plate, got it up in this nice wind here today, and not able to push it back. Gordon looked like he had a beat on it the whole way. So it happens here in the Midwest at the K when that wind's blowing hard.
It's 15 to 20 miles an hour, roaring out towards left field. Now the batter, J.B. Shuck. It's the 14th home run allowed by Guthrie this year, most in the American League, and that fly ball struck to left. Gordon will take care of it for 1 out. The Royals' inability to score has put so much pressure on their pitching staff. The reason they are 21 wins this year is mainly because of the starters like Guthrie and Shields and Davis and Santana and Luis Mendoza.
And you know, early on in the season, they were frenzy style hitting. I mean, it was contagious. They were raking up and down, you know, and they still have a very good average with runners in scoring position.
Ibar pops it up. Getz will make the play in foul territory, 2 outs. Earlier we asked our AT&T trivia question, who is the Royals' all-time wins leader in the month of May? And the answer is Mark Gubazov. 27 career wins in May. Paul Splittorf was second, so we had both guesses. And Dennis Leonard is third with 25.
There's Gooby. Great pregame segment with Joel and Monty. That was fantastic. Telling stories of Paul Splittorf and Gooby's time here. Appreciate him giving it up for our team here.
He was part of that 85 World Championship team. Way inside. And of course, when they won the title over the St. Louis Cardinals, Gooby tells the story that he slid on his knees in the clubhouse playing the air guitar during the celebration, and he said, I tore up my knees so badly with strawberries.
Ooh.
But it was fun. And there's a ground ball to short. Escobar has to avoid the bat, and he does a great job doing that and throws out one of the fastest men in the game.
Wow. Picking up the barrel of the bat and the ball at the same time. Wow. That's focus.
Foster, who was arguing about Chris Getz getting tossed. As Chris Getz came off the field, he had some words with Marty Foster, who threw him out of the game. And Rex, this likely goes back to last night when Getz made the tag on Mike Trout that was called safe by Marty, and the result was a 3-run inning that beat the Royals last night. And I think Chris Getz, what he was voicing was not the frustration of last night and today, but frustration of the last 3 weeks by the Royals.
All right, so scratch Chris Getz off and put in Elliott Johnson. And there's a lot of frustration, but you know what? Marty Foster was accountable. I went in there and talked to him, and he said, look, you know, you don't get every call right all the time. I'm not perfect. So accountability is huge, and players are accountable too most of the time. But you have respect when guys are.
We have a new pitcher. It is Dane De La Rosa. And he is a tall right-hander out of Torrance, California. Goes 6'7", 250. He's not a youngin' anymore. He's 30 years old, but he was the New York Yankees #24 pick out of Cal Riverside. But he quit baseball in 2006. Got into real estate. Realized that that's tough too. I love baseball. I'm going to go back and throw the ball again. Well, the 6th inning is our Sonic Slam inning, and our contestant is Dave Keaton from Liberty, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run in this inning, Dave will win $1,000. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Dave will win $25,000 from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals. To right field, Trumbo will take care of Escobar. And I'm sure as Royal fans and this Royal team are feeling, they're going, what do we have to do to break out of this offensive mess that we have created?
You hit your way through it. You don't quit. You keep grinding. You grind it out. The game is mentally exhausting at times, and even though it's still early in the season. So look, you keep your head up and you keep working, and eventually it comes back.
Ned Yost is convinced the offense will come around and catch fire. You keep on expecting it to be the next day, then the next day, then the next day. And you are facing a pitcher who has not pitched in the big leagues in 3 years, and you get 2 hits off of him. So yes, the frustration continues to mount.
Yeah, that's a straight changeup that was up in the zone. He's got a mid-90s fastball, and he's got a curve that he's going to try to keep down. And Guthrie, his luck, he only gave up 1 hit. It was an opposite field homer to Conger.
De La Rosa tossed a shutout inning of relief in the 9th inning against the Mariners before they got to Kansas City. And he made his only career appearance versus the Royals on May 14th and pitched a perfect inning. This is a bullpen that has not been strong this year. And they had a devil of a time last year. Last 2 years, as a matter of fact. Swing and a miss, and down goes Gordon. Let's take a look at the play by Chris Getz. He thought he was safe. Called out.
Well, it looked like it was a tie. You would think that Marty Foster would say, you know what? I missed a call last night. I'm going to give it to you. But it doesn't always happen.
Well, it certainly didn't that time, and it takes a run away from Kansas City. Not saying he got the call wrong. I'm just saying that was the result. But you can't leave it up to umpires' calls.
No, you can't. You can't do that. That's just not how the game's played.
And quite frankly, I think it's just a culmination of the frustration of the last few weeks. Kansas City has lost 14 of their last 18. They've fallen 5.5 games back of Detroit. Chicago has overtaken the Royals, and they're now in 4th place in the West. And part of the challenge is, and we were talking with Mark Langston and Mark Ubiza, is they know they're good. And when you know you're good and you're not playing well, you press. First base, De La Rosa gets the Royals in order. Brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local Dodge dealer today. We head to the 7th inning here at Kauffman Stadium. The Angels with a 2-0 lead. They have 1 hit. It was a home run. Jeremy Guthrie continues to pitch extremely well against a red-hot offense, and now facing Albert Pujols for the 3rd time. He is lined out and grounded out. His ground out drove in a run. That one is skied to center field, playable for Kane. He shades his eyes from the sun and pulls it down for out number 1. Our AT&T U-verse rewind is the play that Albert drove in Mike Trout. A walk, a steal, an error, and then Pujols' ground out.
Yeah, you know, and Moose did the right thing there. Instead of trying to force that play at home, take the out.
Trumbo with a big rip at a fastball, strike 1. Trumbo struck out looking his first time up, line to left field, and Alex Gordon in the 4th. Kansas City lost 5-4 and 5-2. We did see signs of the team doing the little things well. And yesterday, Rex, may have been their best defensive game of the year with Escobar, Getz, Kane, Perez. I mean, they really set the stage to give themselves an opportunity to win, but the offense remains quiet.
Consistency in 3 areas is what they look for. It's hard, and you know, managers don't get it always. Sometimes you get pitching, sometimes you get good defense. But when you get them all 3 at the same time, it works.
Another good pitch, a fastball up in the zone that Trumbo couldn't do much with.
Yeah, but Trumbo loves that high ball. He's going for it. Guthrie might try to give him one just a little bit higher. Or after he's 0-2, he can waste a pitch. Maybe he throws him a breaking ball in the dirt.
How about that slider away? Got the White Sox fishing a few weeks back.
Kataris is thinking the way I am.
And he pops it up right side, but this too will get out of play. he's gone back-to-back upstairs against Mark Trumbo. And Yost talking with James Shields. Shields will be going on Monday in that St. Louis series against a great pitcher in Adam Wainwright. Fouled off.
You know, because as rough as it is right now, the Royals just 5 back. Is that what they are? 5.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Shields told me in 08, in September, the Rays were 11 games out, and they still made it to the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen with the Royals, but it's so early in the season. They're going to get out of this eventually.
To third, Moustakas. Nice grab. Good strike. 2 outs.
It's good to see Moose getting his legs underneath him. He knew he had time, although Trumbo runs pretty well. His backhand, though, watch him. He takes his time, he loads up, taps his glove, gets his feet, and throws a dart, showing off that strong arm.
So Guthrie really pitching well. 1 hit allowed and 1 earned run. Hamilton takes ball 1. Josh 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out, and he has seen his batting average tumble to .219. And this was the guy they went out and got in the offseason, stole him from their chief competitor in the West, the Texas Rangers, for $123 million. In the previous season, they had committed $320 million to get Albert Pujols and C.J. Wilson. But you just can't go and buy a pennant. Found that out last year when they finished in 3rd place, and right now the Angels are 10 games back in the West. Hamilton, this could be trouble with the wind pushing it, and it's gone. 3-0.
Okay, the Angels are halfway to the home run total they hit off of Guthrie back in Anaheim. That ball's on the outer half. At 94, he supplied most of the power. Good, even swing. And he met it perfectly.
They have now out-homered the Royals by 30. 58-28. Kendrick gets it on the hand.
Guthrie's saying it hit the bat. And I think he also saying that he didn't try to get out of the way of it. But you know, a hitter can't get out of the way of when he's already committing like that. And hopefully that did hit off the knob of his bat for Howie, because that hurts when you get hit down there in that part of the wrist. It doesn't hurt any time you get hit. But yeah, it looked like it caught his wrist. A lot of small bones in that wrist. Dangerous when a hitter gets hit there. And you know, pitchers sometimes when they want to come inside, they throw at the hitter's hands. They throw right there where his hands are coming through to back him off. That's the second batter he's hit all year, only.
Alberto Callaspo is the batter, and Howie Kendrick, he can be a threat to go. He doesn't run as much as Trout, but he does have 4 stolen bases this year and has only been caught 1 time. He does not go, and the pitch is taken.
He's more of a situational runner.
These Angels have always been a solid team. They averaged 95 wins over an 8-year stretch from 2002 through 2009. There's a ground ball short. Escobar has it. His throw in time. Inning over. A home run by Hamilton pushes the Angel lead to 3-0.
to Seattle last night. All right, routine double play, 3-6-3. But Eric Wedge is going to come out and complain to Jeff Nelson that the foot was off the bag. What nobody noticed was that the ball was caught by the pitcher, Justin Grimm. Double play, 3-6-3, even though it ended up in the hands of one. Go figure. I think instant replay might have helped that one within about 30 seconds to a minute, guys.
Amazing to see that. I have never seen that before. And Art Stewart, he's been around the game for 100 years. We were talking in the lunchroom today. He said, I couldn't believe that. I mean, that was just a strange play. It would be easy for the umpire to miss that on that particular instant call there because he couldn't tell. We saw the instant replay, but that's
There's
just,
Art.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, he told me the same thing I like to say a lot. You see things every day in a baseball game that you've never seen before, no matter how long you've been in the game.
Now a lefty comes on to face Hosmer, Kane, and Lowe. The Royals with a lot of lefties down in their order. That ball shot up the middle, and it will make center field. A base hit for Eric Hosmer. Hey fans, a reminder that for today only, all fees will be waived for single game ticket purchases made online or by phone. This sale is good for any upcoming Royals home game, including the Cardinals series this Monday and Tuesday, or any other Royals home game this year. Remember, this special promotion ends tonight at 11:59, so go to Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS right now. Phone lines are open and operators are standing by.
Hosmer continues to hit lefties well. Came in hitting 292 off. He got a little top spin bouncer through the middle there. That's a good start.
Here's Lorenzo Cain.
Scott Downs not overpowering, 90-91. He's got a cutter. He cuts that fastball in on righties. He's got a really big curve.
Royals had a great opportunity to score back in the fourth with runners in the corners, but Hosmer lined out to second and Cain grounded out to third. Billy Buckner with 5 shutout innings. We have another game at 1:10 tomorrow. Jerome Williams will throw for the Angels. Wade Davis for Kansas City. And we expect good weather. Come on out to the ballpark, enjoy the sunshine. Too short. 6, 4, and 3 double play. By the way, fans, the victims of the devastating tornadoes in Oklahoma need your help. To donate, visit redcross.org or call 800-RED-CROSS. Or you can text Red Cross to 90999 to donate $10. Please take a moment to provide help to so many who have lost so much. And Toby Cook did share with me yesterday that they raised $9,000 so far to the series for Red Cross, with still 2 games to go, including today. So he sent that to me last night. So thank you, fans.
Yes. Every little bit helps.
That's another reason to come out tomorrow and Monday, because of the 50-50 concept, with 50% of the profits going to the American Red Cross. So you know you're providing for a great cause to those suffering down in Oklahoma. David Lowe with a 1-1 count, and Scott Downs. Lefty's batting just 167 against Scott. He has that big overhand curveball, which has been so successful for this veteran lefty. He's 36 years young, out of Louisville, Kentucky, went to the University of Kentucky, a Wildcat. Another breaking ball that misses low and away. In this game, we've seen a former Royal, Billy Buckner, throw 5 shutout innings. We've seen the Royals frustrated by their struggles offensively, and Chris Getz get tossed by Marty Foster after arguing a play at first base. Three balls and 2 strikes. In losing 7 of their last 8, the Royals have scored more than 5 runs just one time, and that was that 7-3 victory over Houston when they scored all 7 runs in the final 3 innings. David Lowe with a ground ball sharply struck to Pujols, and that will do it. We head to the 8th, 3-0 Angels.
Going on this afternoon, Baltimore 6-5 over Toronto. R.A. Dickey's ERA now 4.85. Cleveland and Boston tied up at 3. Swisher and Asdrubal Cabrera each 2 for 3 with an RBI. Our Mazda game break as we see the games on tap for later in the day as Guthrie heads back to the hill to begin here the 8th inning. And in that game with Baltimore, Adam Jones hit his 9th home run. Danny Valencia also went deep in that one as that ball is struck foul by Cayaspo. Here we go to Toronto. There's the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey serving it up to Adam Jones. Dickey on the day 6 2/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs for last year's National League Cy Young Award winner. Fizz.
Thank you very much, Joel. And here it is 3-0. The Angels with the lead, 3 runs on 2 hits. 2 of the hits were solo home runs. The other one was unearned. And Hank Conger, who hit one of the home runs, standing at the plate now. A switch hitting catcher from Huntington Beach, California, with an 0-2 count. And Guthrie deals, and it is swung on and lifted foul. Kataris, does he have room? No. It's going to be just in that first row.
Okay, let's take a look at Hank Conger's homer here. Okay, that ball caught a little bit of the outside of the plate, but both home runs that are hit were to the opposite field off a left-handed bats. They took advantage of that nice wind that's blowing out that way, and you know, some home runs you don't need wind, some the wind helps you. Those both were wind-aided. But they're homers, no matter what.
Every single game of this series, an Angel catcher has belted one. Ionetta hit one in each of the first 2, and now Hank Conger this afternoon. We'll play again tomorrow at 1:10 here at the K. Jerome Williams against Wade Davis. Then welcome St. Louis to town for 2 games. An afternoon affair on Monday. That will be Wainwright against Shields, and that should be a dandy of a pitching matchup. Tuesday night, it will be Tyler Lyons, a young pitcher for the Cardinals, against veteran Irvin Santana. Now a 3-2 count. High in the air, right side. This will get out of play.
It'll be difficult picking that ball out of the sun. It's really a tough day today for fielders.
And yet the Royals defense has shined on occasions in this one. Fine play by Mike Moustakas twice to rob Howie Kendrick of a hit, Mark Trumbo of a hit, and then we saw an incredible play by Alcides Escobar. The ball was struck by Mike Trout, and the bat head came off and went right towards the shortstop. Escobar, he had to almost dance around the bat that was coming towards his feet, grab the baseball and throw out the speedy Trout. There's a blooper towards left, and that will drop for a hit. Moustakas chases it down.
Boy, that's the perfect doinker. Yeah, I love those, especially when you get to play once a week. He's having a day. Homer and single.
Well, they have been hot. Winners of their last 6 games, scoring 50 runs if you include this one. Pitch 100 coming for Jeremy Guthrie. He always works deep into games. He's facing J.B. Shuck, who gets the bunt down, but foul.
And when the Royals were in Anaheim over a week ago, the Angels had poor chemistry. They were playing sloppy. They weren't catching the ball. They weren't hitting either. And all of a sudden, they caught fire, and they started building off of that, and that's what they're doing. They're on a roll. The Royals aren't. And peaks and valleys are all over this game of baseball. You have to learn how to endure them.
And the 2 teams that made the most changes in the offseason both struggled early. Toronto and the Angels. Toronto had 15 newcomers on that team, and the Angels had 11. And it takes a while to build that chemistry. He does get a good bunt down. Moustakas' toss will not be in time, and Shuck with a beautifully placed bunt.
Yeah, nothing you could do on that. Moose was way in, and the guy runs great, so that's perfect execution.
We might see Ibar bunt.
You never know.
Well, they want to distance themselves from any chance for a Royal comeback. Moustakas comes in to visit with Escobar and Guthrie about how they will defend Ibar, who is a very good bunter, as we see the infield hit by J.B. Shuck on his bunt.
Yeah, so
Ibar has missed 3 bunts in this series, Rex.
Yeah, and a squeeze on top of that, a squeeze bunt.
And Shuck was run down by Salvador Perez last night.
Scioscia's an advocate of small ball. He likes to play it when he can. Nobody out, perfect situation. You keep trying. It's because he's missed.
Keep it foul, and he does.
It's a perfect situation when your 8 and 9 guys reach, and then the meat of your order is just ready to come up. Lewis Coleman getting warm. couple different options. Royals, they can do a wheel play with a shortstop covers third, Moose crashes. And that's what they're going to do here.
And he gets it down beautifully. Moustakas barely gets him at first base. When he took a look at third, I said, uh-oh. Well, his Ibar really runs well.
Escobar, he started towards third base and then he stopped. As Moose vacated, Guthrie picked it up.
Ned Yost is coming out to get Jeremy.
Yeah, Moose got it. But that's another well-executed bunt.
Now, Ned Yost has not taken Guthrie out yet. He does have Coleman ready in the Royal pen, and they're going to stay with Jeremy. Rex, I'm just guessing. Would you walk Trout to set up the double play, even though it's Albert Pujols? I mean, every single batter in this lineup has been dangerous lately.
It's possible. It's all up to what Ned wants to do. And then, you know, lots of times the manager will ask the pitcher what he feels like with first base open here. There's one out. It's not a bad call. Albert's grounded into 10 double plays this year. He's on deck.
Knocked down by Moustakas. No play. Run scores. And it's 4-0. Well, they pitched to him. And I thought they might have a play at the plate. It would have been tough, because Conger got a good break from third.
So that'll be ruled a base hit and RBI.
Yikes. That's not fair to Jeremy Guthrie.
Boy, they are really on that line here. The bunters and that hit there. They're in a groove. Everything's working for them.
And on the other side, these are the times that really try a ball player's souls. I mean, the Royals have just played miserable baseball lately, and only they can get themselves out of it. They've lost 14 of their last 18, and now they come inside on Pujols and hit him in the shoulder.
Okay, Ned's saying that it hit Poole, or home plate umpire said it hit Pujols first before it hit the umpire.
Home plate umpires Mike Everett. Now Nick Kennedy, the Royals head athletic trainer, is going out to see how Mike is doing. But it clipped off Pujols, and now they'll take Jeremy Guthrie out of the game and bring on Lewis Coleman. we're in the top half of the 8th inning, and Jeremy Guthrie, who hit Albert Pujols and the left side.
Yeah, high and tight. Caught him off his shoulder, and then it hit Everett, the home plate umpire. So Albert says, you know what? That's just the second time I've been hit this year. Lewis Coleman. Sidearm, 3/4 arm angle. He's going to try to sink that ball a little bit. Sweeping slider and a changeup.
Ball 1.
Looking to put Trumbo in the lane. The lane ball would be the 5th if they could.
And Coleman has the pitches to do it with that sinker and slider, always bending down. Trumbo is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, line out, and ground out. Base hit left field. 2 runs will score. It's 6-0.
Got the ground ball. Trumbo just found the hole. Low fastball out over the middle. No chance for Gordon at all to get Trout coming home.
Hamilton homered his last time up. Took an outside pitch from Jeremy and lifted it over the fence and left. Guthrie deserved better. I thought he pitched very well. His line won't show that. He had a no-hitter through 5 until Hank Conger led off the 6th inning with a home run to left. But the Royals offense is putting so much pressure on their pitching staff. In the dirt, 1-2. Coleman strikes out Hamilton.
It's a nice job right there by Lewis Coleman. Got ahead of him, finished him off with his slider. That's what they want him to do. At that angle, you know, even though left-handers can see the ball from a right-hander coming in from the sidearm like that, put it where you want it, you can get that result. That's what he's hoping for here.
There's a base hit to center field. Pujols is coming around to the plate. He will score the 7th run for the Angels, and he really limps into home.
Ball was hit soft enough to where Kane couldn't get a play on. Pujols at the plate.
So you can close the book on Jeremy Guthrie, and I guess you could do the same for Lewis Coleman, as Ned Yost will take him out. Coleman gave up a couple of hits to the 3 batters he faced. It's 7-0 Angels here in the 8th. Royals Fantasy Camp in January of 2014. You'll be guided by Royals legends as you suit up in your Royals uniform, join a team, get personal instruction from Royals alumni, and play several games at the Surprise, Arizona Spring Training Facility. This will be 1 week you will never forget. Participants must be 30 years or older. For more information, go to royals.com/fantasy camp.
It's a great experience for you. They'll treat you like a big leaguer that you always dreamed about.
Are you going to be there this year?
I'm sure if I get invited.
Well, the batter will be the switch-hitting Alberto Callaspo. Turn things around and bat from the right side against Tim Collins. It was a close one until this inning. The Angels with single tallies in the 4th, 6th, and 7th. But the Angels breaking it open with 4 in the 8th.
Collins has come on so far early this season with 8 inherited runners and hasn't allowed one of them to score. He's done a nice job. Big fastball, straight changeup, and curve.
Left one up to Callaspo, who is taking a rip on 2-0. Baltimore beat Toronto today 6-5, but the Blue Jays did get some good news. Jose Reyes is starting to run on that injured ankle that he suffered here at Kauffman Stadium when the Blue Jays were in town back in April. Gordon goes to left center, and Alex pulls it down. 9 Angels come to the plate in the 8th inning, and 4 of them score. Sale ends tonight at 11:59, so be sure to act now and bypass those purchase fees. Today, all fees are being waived for single game ticket purchases made online or by phone for any Royals home game. There are plenty of great seats available for the upcoming Cardinals T-shirt Tuesday game, so be sure to take advantage of this special no-fee Saturday. Go to Royals.com now or call 1-800-6-ROYALS. Phone lines are open. Robert Coelho comes out of the bullpen. He is the right-hander who got his first major league save on Thursday in the Angels' 5-4 win over the Royals.
So they came out and gave Hank Conger a different glove, and that's more like a knuckleballer's glove because he has a pretty special pitch. He's going to go fastball, but he also has a split finger, kind of a knuckle, the way it comes out. It's like a tumbling forkball. So that glove helps him catch the ball better. It's a little bigger.
Moustakas has been on twice. He was hit by a pitch and also doubled to right. Went to third, but after Kataris walked and it was a first and third situation, Chris Getz hit into an inning-ending double play. And Getz did not agree with first base umpire Marty Foster, and an inning later was thrown out. He was leaving the field on defense. Back our way, it's 2-2. Kawhi has really been a pleasant surprise out of the bullpen. He is 28 years old, out of Northwest Florida College. Earned his first major league victory on Saturday against the White Sox when he tossed an inning and 2/3 of perfect baseball with 3 strikeouts. Who swings and misses and strikes out.
Okay, this pitch, Angel catchers had a hard time in the spring. Hank Conger told me. He said when this guy got to us, we couldn't catch his pitch. Okay, there's that grip. You see, it's a split finger. It's almost like a forkball, but when it comes out, it's got a knuckleball look.
Kataris has been on once with the walk, and then he was erased on the double play. The Yankees have just started their game with Tampa Bay, and New York has taken the early lead in that one, 1-0. Cardinals are in Los Angeles, and they'll be flying here Sunday night.
Matt Moore is trying to become the 5th youngest starter of all time to start the season 9-0. Good luck to him.
That Rays organization has always produced really good pitching, and it started with James Shields. In there, strike 3 call. Elliott Johnson will bat for the first time to replace Chris Getz. Chris was tossed from the game in the 6th inning. Minnesota has the lead on Detroit 3-0 in the second. Detroit right now is in first place in the Central. The way they've been playing some terrific baseball lately. They've won 7 of their last 10. But Cleveland has really kept pace pretty well. Cleveland just a half game back. Foul. Elliott hitting .271. And as many of you know, he was the player to be named later in the trade where the Royals were able to acquire Wade Davis and James Shields. And the Royals really liked him because he is a great athlete, his ability to play anywhere on the infield, and Ed Yost even had him playing in the outfield a little bit in spring training, corner outfield spots.
Yeah, he can play anywhere. Tremendous athlete. Great pickup. Yeah, I mean, I was shocked when Joe Madden threw him in on that. Maybe Dayton Moore demanded him. I don't know. But good for the Royals and their bench. Davis is going to get the start tomorrow.
Coelho with the 1-2 pitch, and it is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robert trying to strike out the side. Got Moustakas swinging and Kataris looking. Very good crowd today, 27,958. A partly cloudy day, just a few clouds overhead. And there is a knock to right field, so Elliott Johnson gets a base hit. It's only the Royals' 4th hit of the game. They have 3 singles to go with Moustakas' double.
Put a nice easy swing on it. Didn't try to do too much. Anything to get some guys on, get a couple big hits. It's not over. You don't give up.
Popped him up. Right side for Mark Trumbo. He's there and makes the catch, and that will end the 8th inning for Kansas City. And fans, we want you to join Fox Sports Kansas City and Rally House for K-State Day on June 9th. You'll get a special limited edition Royals cap. Get your tickets at royals.com/K-State. Well, Greg Holland hasn't had much work lately, so he will come out of the Kansas City bullpen. He will face Hank Conger, who started the trouble in the 8th inning by singling to left field. 8 batters later, 4 runs later, it would be 7-0. So Conger comes up and takes strike 1 from Greg Holland.
That Holland needs some work. Hasn't had an opportunity to close down a game. Working strike 1. Best pitch.
0-2.
Excellent little splitty there. Split finger. He's got a slider as well. Sometimes, you know, you get out there in a situation like this and you just pretend it's a save opportunity. Want to stay on your game.
To second base, Elliott Johnson will take care of Hank Conger. 1 out. Fans vote for the Royals Player of the Month, sponsored by Majestic and Rally House. Vote at Rally House stores and get a chance to go on the field and meet the winning player. J.B. Shuck, the batter. JB dropped a beautiful bunt his last time up. He was able to beat it out for a base hit. Past Escobar into left field. So JB with his second hit of this game.
Escobar was ready for another jump throw to first. If he just would have gloved it.
Ball stayed down on him. Well, there is some good news with Kansas City. Left-handed hurler Danny Duffy, who's been sidelined since undergoing Tommy John surgery last June 13th, will begin a minor league rehab assignment tomorrow, when he's scheduled to throw 4 innings or 60 pitches for Northwest Arkansas when they play in San Antonio. Duffy, who's a talented left-hander, just 24 years old, suffered the injury on Mother's Day last year, May 13th at Chicago. Had the operation 1 month later.
Yeah, it's nice to see them just easing him along, not trying to force him, and his velocity upper 90s. That'll be a welcome addition whenever that happens, and it's a real pleasant surprise or a pleasant decision that you have to make, because at the time when he gets ready to be brought up here, maybe there's a struggling pitcher, or there might be an injury, or you could slip Luis Mendoza back into that long man rotation. It just depends on how good Duffy's doing. Could always use a lefty.
Felipe Paulino, also coming back from Tommy John surgery last July 3rd, remains on his throwing program at the Royals minor league facility in Surprise. So two guys getting healthy. Hollins 0-2 Ibar again, flicks it foul. This is a short homestand for Kansas City. The crowds have been good. Hit the road again after the St. Louis series on Monday and Tuesday, and then head to St. Louis and Texas before a long homestand in June. Swing and a miss, and Ibar strikes out.
Yeah, look back at home plate umpire. And he said, hey, was that a good pitch?
Looked like a terrific pitch.
Yeah, and you know what? It looked like that was his split finger, is the way he's splitting that grip. Almost looks like a changeup. Sometimes it's confused with his slider. Nonetheless, it goes down, and it's very effective.
Here's Mike Trout. Ball 1. Rex, when the team gets back from that Texas series, all the kids will be out of school, and that's well, when we went on the caravan, you went on the Kansas side, I went on the Missouri side. There were so many fans down in Springfield and in Warrensburg and Joplin, Northwest Arkansas, that we visited where I went, that they map out their vacation plans around Royals baseball. And that's a great week to come, great week and a half, because Minnesota, Houston, Detroit will be here. You've got them on the June 4th through the 12th. Talking to some families from Joplin who plan their vacations around Royals baseball. Come up here, go to Worlds of Fun, and then watch 4 or 5 baseball games during the week.
That's a lot that revolves around the Royals, and we're just hoping that they can somehow find a way to get back on the winning track, make it more appealing to come.
This is a team that was 17-10 on May 5th, and in great position in the American League Central. They have fallen on desperate times. 4-14 since. Hollins strikes out Trout. Angels are done in the 9th. Bottom of the 9th we go, and Alex will lead things off.
He looks sharp.
Earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Look at Moose over there. This is early in the game. Flat-footed. That's not an easy play. Long throw across the diamond. Important to stay on top of that ball. And then Moose got him a nice hit. Good to see that from the struggling third baseman. He's able to get the head out and pull one down the line.
Here is Alex Gordon. Just one hit in this series, 1 for 10.
Alex has been making some contact. He's getting underneath some balls, hitting some flies.
Michael Kahn is the new pitcher. 6'1" righty from Camden, South Carolina. And obviously these are difficult times for the Royals, but I remember talking to Kevin Seitzer about Alex Gordon last year. Kevin was the hitting instructor last year, and he really said that part of the problem was that Alex cared so much, and he was almost grinding the bat to sawdust when he was young. Now he's relaxed.
Yeah, look at those hands. He's wiggling them, keeping them loose. You learn a lot in this game. It's a game of adjustments. Sometimes you don't experience failure, you don't adjust. Now you get humbled. It's amazing what the game will do to you. It opens up your mind more, and you're going to listen to a few more influences from your hitting coach. Gordon humbled himself, and he went down and worked on some stuff. And he's seeing some results now.
Kahn will cover. Gordon is out. Joel Goldberg and Jeff Montgomery waiting patiently for their post-game show after the game on Boulevard Royals Live. We come to you from Kauffman Stadium, game 3 of this 4-game series, and they have not gone well, with the Angels winning 5-4, 5-2, and shutting out the Royals today 7-0. Billy Buckner, who was drafted the same year as Billy Butler. Butler first, Buckner second. He shut out Kansas City for 5 innings. That pitch rides high. Tomorrow afternoon, Jerome Williams against Wade Davis.
Kahn's got a pretty good fastball, mid-90s, slider and change. I mean, actually, a mid-90s fastball, that's a good major league fastball. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you locate it.
Two and one.
You don't give away at bats either. I don't care what the score is. Billy knows that. He's looking for something to drive. Take every at bat like it could be your last. Hitters do that. They don't want to give any away.
That's what Pete Rose used to say. He would go 4 for 4 in a game, come up a 5th time, and he'd want it just as dramatically as he did the other 4, because his attitude was, you may go 5 for 5, but you may be staring at it 0 for 4 the next day. So get him while you can. That was a guy who never gave away an at bat. Butler just 2 hits in his last 18 at bats. He has walked 5 times in this series, and a lot of guys, teams, staying away from Billy Butler, pitching around him because of the rest of the team protecting him, has not picked it up. Skied in the air. Trout gives way to J.B. Shuck for the 2nd out.
Okay, a lot of communication going on out there on that one. That ball hung up there for days. Even though the center fielder's got priority, Shuck took that one.
Now we will see Eric Hosmer step to the plate. Eric 1 for 3 today. Could have had a hit back in the second inning, but he bunted his way on, but Alberto Callaspo made a very nice play to throw him out. Then he lined out and singled. Ball 1. So Hosmer hitting .360 the last week, but still not squaring up the baseball like they expect him to.
You know, they've been working a lot with Hosmer in his front foot. Okay, so they're trying. Sometimes he picks it up and sets it down. Sometimes he charges hard. But I think the most success when we saw him a little bit earlier when he was hot is he was just getting up on his toe and he was turning it in, and that was keeping his hip closed, so he could stay in longer. Front foot for every hitter sometimes can throw you off. If you're striding too hard, your head comes with it. Head moves, so does the ball.
Popped him up left side. Shuck calls off Eric Ibar to make the catch, and the Angels have won 7 straight games, and the Royals have seen their losing streak stretched to 4. It is a challenging time for the Kansas City Royal baseball fans. Our forward play of the game, Josh Hamilton, and he is a young man who will be speaking after the game on Faith and Family Day here at the ballpark.
Okay, got up underneath that one. Guthrie, he was going pretty well. Gordon did all he can to try that, climb that big wall out there, but the wind helped push that out. That got them all started.
So Kansas City is now 21-25 this year. The Angels, meantime, are 22-27. We'll be right back.